know how you're gonna go home, but I'm taking all your clothes for my fashion show. Beautiful. So
Together thing?
yes.
I need, can I
Do a picture.
Yes, please.
Friday is what? Which day?
21st.
We have 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes.
21st.
Yes, 21st.
Under the patronage of Her Royal Majesty Angelique-Monet of Eti-Oni, brought to you by New Generation in Action AFI World Peace Initiative and Visions of Peace Initiative in partnership with United Nations Staff Recreation Council Latin Workshop Society. This morning, we have co-chair ladies, Her Royal Highness Cheryl Halpern, founder of the Visions of Peace Initiative, and Rajlin Saad, president of the United Nations Society, UNSRC, Latin Workshop Society. This breakfast is a platform for bringing women together to exchange ideas and also create solutions through dialogue and networking in regions that often go unheard and unknown. Our Power Breakfast addresses the roles of the girl and child and women in diplomacy by Her Excellency Ambassador Abdul Raha. Remarks by Her Royal Highness Cheryl Halpern. Goodwill message by Her Excellency Ambassadrice Tomo. Royal greetings by Her Royal Majesty Angelique-Monet of Eti-Oni. And vote of thanks by our Youth Ambassador, Antonelle Souvier. I just want to welcome you all in my language, which is Lakota. I greet you all with a warm, heartfelt handshake. Hamadakiapi, La'abetuki, Iyuha Chante Washtena Bechuzapi, Wayankila Shinkawaka Iyude Imanshiapi. Good evening, good morning, my relatives. I greet you with a warm, heartfelt handshake. My name is Kayla Looking Horse Smith. I'm a member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, which is located in Fort Hays, North Dakota. I'm here as a guest with my husband, Jonathan Smith, who's a member of the Shinnecock Indian Nation located in Southampton, New York. I'm an honorary board member of the New Generation in Action AFI World Peace Initiative and also our Native American Cultural Preservation Department. We believe that our culture and heritage and way of life is the best way for preservation, and for us, women are our leaders. Today we celebrate our 7 C's: culture, content, civility, climate, clarity, communications, and above all, community. It is wonderful to welcome everyone here today and from around the world as we come together for the common goals of world peace and tolerance. Madam thank you.
These are the first days of Nigeria. First day
And have some proper input. So she's from So I used to work in the diplomatic state.
The next thing on our agenda, opening remarks by Rosalie Saad.
Good morning, Majesty. Welcome to the 9 Nations, and my name is Rosalie Saad. I have been here 23 at the 9 Nations, and I am president of the 9 Nations Staff Recreation Council Latin Workshop Society. Welcome.
Please enjoy.
Thank you.
Imagine that everything is going on right now in the city of New York, where all dreams are possible. I remember always dreaming to move to New York City, to pursue my career as an actress and to pursue my career off Broadway. And then all of a sudden when that was happening, I said, I want to be a humanitarian. And so one of my mentors is here now, Her Excellency Ambassador Tomo, who has encouraged me within the United Nations program. We really wanted to have an event during the United Nations General Assembly where women can come together in a relaxed setting besides all of the hoopla with the security. And we could just vibe, because I find that we need to relax, we need to, as we say in America, vibe, and we need to just enjoy one another. And everyone here today is special, everyone here is high profile, and what I love, okay, less than 10 men. Isn't that amazing? His Royal Majesty, I did not know you were going to come today, so it was a really big surprise to have my husband, who's His Royal Majesty, coming to make sure everything goes well. And in Nigeria, as we say in our Yoruba culture, I'll teach you how to stand and say, Kabisi. Yes. Okay. Now, one of the things that we always do at my events, and many people know this, is I am an oral storyteller. My grandfather taught me stories and stories and stories, and some of those stories are part Native American, some of those stories go back to Africa. So I like to break the ice by having everyone stand before we eat. But you know, since food is being served, we'll turn away from our food. I don't know if anyone wants to join me here who understands about the stumping and clapping movement in the church. Not the Nigerian church, okay? That's different for me. But the American church. Okay, and the Perkins, do we have anyone else? Don, I don't think you have rhythm, but you can come. Yeah, I'm teasing. Kayla Looking Chorus, you did an amazing job as well. And it, you know, I tell everyone I'm a melting pot, you know, and so having our Native American program and also welcoming everyone here today from our First Nations and Native American, that means a lot, because Native Americans are the most American and American that we can have. And we do have to look to our Native American traditions and cultures as we preserve. So before we eat, I'm going to teach you how to do our world peace dance. And we're just going to stomp and clap, and then you can start it. Oh boy, you're going to have to hold this. I like it though. So when my ancestors had to leave Africa 400 years ago, we didn't have drums anymore. So we had to use our bodies, we had to use everything we had just to keep our traditions. But I'm going to start out with Native American with hey-ya, hey-ya, hey, hey-ya, 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 hey. Hey-ya, hey-ya, hey, hey-ya, hey-ya. Okay, I don't hear you. Come on. Hey-ya, hey-ya, hey, hey-ya, 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 hey. Hey-ya, hey-ya, hey, hey-ya, 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 hey. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water, wade in the water. I've been duped and I've been scorned. I've been duped and I've been scorned. And I've been scorned. I never know this one. I've been talked about. Shows you born. Ain't gonna lay my vision down. a moment of silence for all those that came before us, for all those that are here now, and for all those in the future, because we are a new generation. We're a new generation of people that are like-minded, open-minded. Today, everyone here is love. Someone said that a few days ago. Love is what you put out, and love is what you get back. So that's what we're going to have in this vibration in this room right now. So we're just going to do this for a moment, and then we can have our breakfast.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone.
I'd like to introduce the next speaker who's going to be giving the opening remarks in the person of Her Excellency Ambassador Professor Olufalake Abdulrazak. She is the First Lady of Kwara State and currently the chairperson of the Nigerian Governors' Rights Forum. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Hawa. It's still morning, isn't it? Good morning, everyone. Your Excellencies, your Royal Majesties, all distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. We've had a lot of spirited conversation over there. And I think it's very nice to have events like this where we come together. It's different. Yesterday we were at a conference, and that doesn't give much room to talk. We had to listen to those on the table. But I think also this is also nice to be able to exchange ideas. I'm the First Lady of Kwara State, which is one of the states in Nigeria. It's a north central state. And we have here with me some of the other First Ladies of other states. We have 36 states in Nigeria, and we have a representation of them here. And I'm also the chairperson of our forum, which we call the Nigeria Governors' Wives Forum. Don't come for me. We are changing it to the Nigeria Governors' Spouses Forum very soon. Everywhere we go, everybody's like, hang on, in the 21st century, why are you Governors' Wives Forum? You should be Governors' Spouses Forum. We take it on board, and we're doing that. It is an honor and a great pleasure for me to be at this occasion for the First Lady's Peace Park Breakfast, and I salute our commitments as we gather to acknowledge and promote the vital role of women in achieving and sustaining peace in the global space, the girl child, and women in diplomacy. I actually represent a woman in diplomacy. Before I became a First Lady, before my husband became a governor, I still am actually, in the diplomatic space. So I'm an ambassador. I've served in various countries, and now I'm on the other side, seeing what happens, with the NGO spaces and all these other spaces. I used to be part of the very frenetic delegations accompanying presidents everywhere. So this is really nice. I want to thank Her Royal Majesty Queen Angelique-Monet of Eti-Oni, Osun State, and her husband, His Royal Majesty Dokun Thompson. We come a long way. And to talk about the role of the girl child and women in diplomacy. The critical contributions of women to shaping the multilateral system and their indispensable role in diplomacy, you will agree with me, cannot be overemphasized. Today's event presents the avenue to acknowledge the impact of women diplomats who have negotiated peace agreements and strengthened international relations. In hope also to inspire the next generation of women, now the girl child, to pursue diplomacy as a career path. This is something that I pursue vigorously. Nigeria is good. We tend to employ women in the diplomatic field alongside men. We have almost, not in equal proportion, but women diplomats are almost probably 30%, 40%. We have quite a few female diplomats where we employ them at the same level with men, and I must say they grow in the service alongside the men in the same way. Now, where there's a little bit of a disparity is when there are ambassador nominations. So we still have a lot more men becoming ambassadors than we have women, and that is something we need to work on. So we recognize and celebrate the trailblazer women, and we should as a collective sustain advocacies on the fact that there are still structural issues that impede the promotion of women to senior roles within their ministries of foreign affairs and draw attention to the persistent underrepresentation of women in senior diplomatic positions, pinpoint challenges that women in diplomacy face, and discuss barriers that still need to be removed. Excellencies, distinguished guests, you may be aware the Nigeria Governors' Wives Forum has long been committed to initiatives that promote peace, gender equality, healthcare, and women empowerment within Nigeria in recognition of the pivotal role women play as drivers of social change. It is in this regard that I commend the unwavering commitment and sacrifices of members of the forum in their drive to ensure that an equitable world is realizable through their initiatives. Most of us have NGOs that help in all these fields, from women empowerment, the girl child, widows, nutrition, the boy child actually, because while we're promoting girls, we do not want boys to be left behind. I've said it before, I won't mention countries, but I've served in various countries where you can see a lot of developmental changes for women, but then young men tend to be sometimes left behind if you're not careful. Because you have to balance society. Going forward, a new normal that is driven by the voices of women and girls and supported by governments and aid agencies should be amplified so as to bear in our consciousness the role of women and girls, not only in diplomacy, but as agents of change, and the need to systematically and meaningfully integrate them in consultations and decision-making. It is only through this and collective intergenerational and sustained action and investments in the girl child that we can truly transform the status of women and endear them to pursuing a career in diplomacy. The First Lady of the country, Nigeria, she just started her initiative called the Renewed Hope Initiative, where we all kind of serve as either state representatives, regional representatives, or the national secretary. And recently she gave scholarships to some students just going into university. A lot of them were girls, a lot of them were boys too. Well, young girls and young men, I think at that age they would object to me calling them boys and girls. So, but this is what we have to do a lot more of, either in formal education or the skills acquisition programs that we do. We must encourage young women to take up positions, leadership positions. We must ensure that they go into fields that are like diplomacy, because I must tell you, in the past, to become a female diplomat was very, very difficult in a country like Nigeria, because they had rules like you couldn't travel, if you were posted in a foreign country, you couldn't marry someone from that foreign country. So if you're a young single woman and you're posted abroad, so what happens? You're there for 4 years. If you meet someone, you know, what happens? It means you can't marry the person. So we're very lucky now that all these laws are changing and women can realize their objectives and marry who they want, much like the men used to do, because men did not have that caveat that they couldn't marry foreigners. It was just the women. So we had to fight this for a long time. I may not look it, I've been in diplomacy 30 years. So, and I want the First Ladies to take this up and look at young students that they can encourage to go into diplomacy. We need more women in diplomacy. They are, I don't know if anyone saw a study recently where surgeons were said, female surgeons were said to apparently be recording higher statistics of people getting better after surgery than male physicians. So yes, you can Google it.
What does that mean?
So apparently they are doing much better, and it's making the men sit up. So studies like this. So studies like this are very important to encourage women and to encourage the girl child. In closing, on behalf of the members of the Nigeria Governors' Wives Forum, I would like to express our profound gratitude to all those who have made this event possible, the esteemed guests, and everyone else here. The incredible women and men who work tirelessly every day to build a more peaceful world. Together we can create a future where peace reigns supreme and the potential of every individual, regardless of gender, is fully realized. Thank you for your attention, and may this International Ladies Peace Power Breakfast mark the dawn of a new era of peace and collaboration. And we'd like to thank the He for She men who joined us in this peace breakfast. And I'd like to give the example in Nigeria. What we do now is we decorate all the He for She men. So any man who's walking the talk of promoting women and girls, we give them an award, we decorate them, we go visit them, and a lot of the men are now saying, hang on, this is a way to have the female attention. So they're now supporting women and girls everywhere. Thank you very much.
I'm losing the page, you know, with the new technology. Wow. I hope I found it. Oh my God. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, beautiful ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Oh my God, you are all shining like the day today. We are so happy to be here. My name is Therese Tomo-Monte. I'm the spouse of His Excellency Tomo-Monte, the permanent representative for Cameroon to the United Nations. Like my sister just said it, I will repeat myself. I have a chance to chair many social community at the UN. And the United Nations International Bazaar, and then the United Nations Women Group at the UN, the whole international one. I mean the African Group of Ladies. I mean the United Nations African Model Association that I'm chairing until today. In that capacity of leadership, I have had a chance to meet very talented women like you today. I find myself very lucky. When you work with people so talented, even if your level was so low, you are forced to give the best of yourself because you are learning from them. So, with these talented women throughout the world, I was lucky enough to learn a lot. Because I learned through the gift of commitment to the cause of women and peace and empowerment. The women who share the same thought and experience like us at the United Nations Model Association. In this capacity, we came together to try to put a smile in every child, every woman, everybody in the world, So that smile can make a small change. Because sometimes when you are nervous, you really don't know what to do. But when you see somebody around you smiling, you feel like doing like the person, and that's become very contagious positively. I think it's in that context that I have a chance to meet the brave, the princess, she was then Princess Angelique-Monet, a very talented young woman, full of energy, eager to share what she's burning inside herself, her vision of the world, a message of peace, of love in this world, but without frontier. I had in more than one occasion to work closely with her, and then I value her warmth, her guidance, and her genuine care. She constitutes a source of inspiration and of blessing for me. Yes, I really learned a lot from your dedication to the children, to women, and namely to the needed and the disadvantaged one, as to make sure that no one is left behind. She cared for the poor, for the most marginalized. She is exactly what the United Nations is all about. Because it means nothing to gain the whole world, but yet to be selfish and lacking love, compassion, and friendship. Happiness should be a global attainment, not just an individual success. And what King Angelique-Monet understands very well. I believe we are all looking toward achieving the state of mind where the world should be a better place to live, a global village. So, like they say, we're happy today because we have men that are believing in what we are doing, that they came to assist us. We are so happy about it. I think even here at the United Nations, we will start to see how we can give our award to this type of men who come and help us to grow better. In that capacity, I'm thanking you men who were able to come and, give us a power to be very strong and pass a small message to the world this morning. I thank you very much. I thank you for the occasion. Whenever you can, you are here. Like now, I say we are taking care of UNAMA, the children all over the world. It's not just in Africa. Africa is a large continent, of course, but whenever there's a need, a child is a child. So we try everything possible to help everybody when we can. So on that note, I say thank you for having me, and may God bless us. Thank you.
To the men in our lives that support us, because they don't come along very often, so they're very special when they're here.
Ooh, you're special.
Our next speaker is going to be Her Royal Highness Cheryl Halpern. Let me say that again, Cheryl Halpern, Her Royal Highness. She was the chair of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, CPB, from 2005 to 2007. She has extensive experience with overseeing pro-American media campaigns abroad. In 1990, she was confirmed as a member of the board for international broadcasting and as a director of Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. From 1995 through 2002, she served as a member of the Broadcasting Board of Governors, which oversees non-military overseas broadcasts by the U.S. government, such as Radio Marty, the Voice of America and Radio Free Iraq. Her Royal Highness has been nominated to the boards of national or international public broadcasting organizations by Presidents George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. She is also a board member of the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, a Washington, D.C. based foreign policy interest group, and of the International Republican Institute. Additionally, President George W. Bush appointed Her Royal Highness Halpern to serve on the honorary delegation to accompany him to Jerusalem for the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the State of Israel in May 2008. In December 2008, Her Royal Highness was nominated to be an alternate UN representative for the United States. Alternate representatives present U.S. views in a number of smaller forums, including at committee meetings and at ancillary UN bodies. She held this position until September 2009, when the UN General Assembly's 63rd session ended. Her Royal Highness is a graduate of Barnard College and received her AB in 1975. She also received her MBA from New York University Stern School of Business in 1980. Her Royal Highness is an award-winning filmmaker and founder of Visions of Peace, Queen of Sheba Foundation, with her husband, and she is a partner in Emmy Award-winning company HQ Creative LLC. I'd like to welcome Her Royal Highness Cheryl Halpern.
As we say in Bahasa, in Indonesia, terima kasih. Thank you very much. So, we are currently living in unsettling times that are marked by turbulence and violence. Globally, there is rising incivility, hatred, bigotry, fanaticism. The preponderance of struggles for freedom and justice around the world need to be a clarion call for all of us. As individuals, we are challenged as to how to achieve peace within all of our interactive relations, privately and publicly. And this is especially true for the young people who use digital technologies that involve less human-to-human contact and provide more opportunity for the promulgation of prejudice and aggression. Now, many of the stories that are aired and shared on the global multimedia and social networking platforms, they focus on bigotry, on hatred, and fanaticism, and have resulted in the ideological recruitment of the young by extremists, in sexual abuse, in physical assault, in homicide, and in suicide. The rising incivility and the subsequent desensitizing of youth to hate and violence, be it a result of face-to-face or virtual experiences, urgently requires civil solutions. In order to promote civil society, it is essential that we teach tolerance to our youth beginning at an early age. Tolerance, the willingness to accept behavior and beliefs that are different from your own, is not learned. It is not included in the human genome, and it must be taught. We need to help our young people cross the growing gap between the earlier end of childhood and the start of their adult lives. We need to help them develop into the responsible adults that they need to be, and as the vanguard of the future that society needs them to be. Since its founding in 2017, the Visions of Peace initiative has inspired several 100,000 young Indonesians to express their views about tolerance and peaceful coexistence through the broad spectrum of the arts, including drawing, poetry, song, dance, and film. These arts modalities provide multifaceted platforms through which to bridge socioeconomic, ethnic, and religious divides. In choosing their artistic voice, the participants channel their ideas and share their perspectives on tolerance, peace, and respect for each other. Working together with the youth, ages 5 to 18, the Visions of Peace initiative has promoted civility and respect for others by embracing the ethic of reciprocity, which is also known as the Golden Rule, a universal value that is essential for civil, social behavior. The ethic of reciprocity teaches us to do unto others as you would want done for yourself, and conversely, don't do to another what you would not want done to you. It is a message that finds expression through the millennia in the teachings of all faiths. Through their presentations of a vision for a peaceful tomorrow, they help themselves and their peers to develop a more tolerant state of mind and respect for each other. Their presentations also reinforce the importance of remembering the Golden Rule in our daily lives. This book, The Art of Peace, is a tribute to all of the participants in the Visions of Peace initiative programs, and is an acclamation for the young award recipients whose work is represented. Every drawing included, and please take the time afterwards to look at the book, is a heartfelt presentation of a child's vision of hope for a better future with civility, dignity, and peaceful coexistence. Every participant in the Visions of Peace initiative becomes a much-needed ambassador for peace as they bring their vision and understanding of the Golden Rule into their homes, their schools, and their community. And now here comes my challenge to everyone here. I hope that as we are gathered here today at this special breakfast, you will be inspired by these young individuals and will commit yourself to embracing the Golden Rule and joining the Visions of Peace initiative in the continuing effort to promote a more peaceful tomorrow, wherever we are and with whomever we engage. Terima kasih.